7-2.
Welcome to IdahoSports.com. East Idaho game day here at North Fremont High School. The North Fremont Huskies taking on the Melba Mustangs. Melba making the long trip over from Treasure Valley area, a trip that they've become familiar with. Twice last year they visited up here, once early in the season and once in the playoffs, both close, high-scoring contests. Melba came out on the losing end of both of those. They're trying to change that here today. North Fremont trying to go 3-0 against the Mustangs over the last 2 years. Lauren Jensen and Josh Magali with you here. Melba won the toss, but they deferred to the second half, so North Fremont will kick off to them here to start the ball game. I want to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's game, and East Idaho Game Days presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and D.L. Evans Bank. Huge thanks to them. Thanks to Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Also want to thank Upper Valley Orthopedics, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, and Flying A Ranch in Ashton. And our power boosters for these squads for the North Fremont Huskies. You got Grand Peaks Medical, proudly serving St. Anthony and Rexburg. Big Judd's Custom Burgers, at Fall River Electric, and Pocock Trucking. A huge thanks to them. And for the Melba Mustangs, their power booster, Evade Pest Management, Treasure Valley's best pest control solution. As they announce the starters for the North Fremont Huskies, they'll get ready to take the field here. Remember, you can make the memories made tonight, well, today, last a lifetime, just by owning the digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Just click the button in the top right to order. Well, North Fremont jumping around a little bit. As we pan the field, you're going to notice we get the top of some of the canopies in our way down in front of us from the home fans, and unfortunately, that's just the way it's got to go.
Yeah.
So we apologize, but everybody down below us trying to stay out of the heat, which I don't blame them. Yeah, it's about 95 here, which is a crazy temperature for here in eastern Idaho, especially in Ashton. This time of year, you'd think 80 would be about the max. But we're away with a kickoff. It's going to take a nice bounce into the end zone for a touchback, as the wind is blowing that direction, coming out of the west, going from west to east. And so North Fremont will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. The North Fremont Huskies had a great season last year. They ended up losing on this field, ended up losing to Firth in a nail-biter in the playoffs here.
What a game that was. I believe we were here for that as well.
We very well were, and it was a great football game. Handoff right up the middle, taken for about 5 yards. Packer on the carry. You're going to hear his name a lot. That's number 22, Carson Packer, senior running back for the Huskies. A lot of run heavy for the Huskies, and then they're going to mix in a pass that hopefully leads to those big plays that they've seen over the last few years. Handoff again up the middle. This time, nothing doing that time for Packer. It'll be third, right at the line of scrimmage. It looked like number 4, Gabe Schaefer, and number 11, Brenton Overall, 2 senior linebackers and defensive linemen for the Melba Mustangs. Thanks for joining us here. East Idaho game day. We don't get to say that too often on a Saturday afternoon. Rolling out and throwing. It's caught. Going to be right at the sticks. It's all going to depend on the spot they give it to him. So first down for the Huskies right at the 30-yard line. And now an injured player, and I believe that was the receiver. He did take a shot after he caught that football. Head coach Ben Lenz takes the slow jog out to see what's going on. Ben Lenz, the head coach for the girls basketball team here at North Fremont as well. And Juan Kalunga, the head coach for the Melba Mustangs. As they tend to him, we'll take a look at last year's results for these two squads. Melba had a good season last year. You know, they lost to 3A Fruitland right off the bat just by 4, so that's a good game for them. And then they lost to North Fremont at home, 38-48, a 10-point ball game. And from there, they rattled off 5 straight wins before they lost to conference foe Nampa Christian. And they started into the playoffs. They beat Grangeville. They beat West Jefferson. And then they had to come back here to North Fremont, lost 38-44 in what was a great ball game here on November 6th last year. And that ended their playoff run as North Fremont went on to play Firth the next week, which they lost in that semifinal matchup. Firth went on to lose in the state championship game last year. The injured player coming off, that is number 3, Jacob Hill, junior running back. He was the one that caught the pass. Looks like he's favoring that left leg. Not sure if it's an ankle or a knee.
Yeah, either way, you don't want anything to happen. Especially, he's a big part of their offense. He was last year, and he's going to be this year as well, and that's nothing what you want to see.
Hopefully they'll be able to get him iced up, taped up, and see if he comes back in at all. Quarterback for the Huskies, that's Jed Hill, number 2, calling the shots, as he'll come under center once again with Parker in the backfield with him. Tight formation for the Huskies. That's a keep by Hill. Hill breaks into the secondary, and there he goes. Now it's just a race. Jed Hill down to the 20, the 10, touchdown. Jed Hill breaks through, and that's what you get when everybody's packed up on defense. Jed breaks into the secondary and runs to the pylon. 6-0 Huskies.
Yeah, that's going to be his brother that just got injured, so a little bit of revenge for his brother and showing off for the family to lighten up the mood. So good job from Jed to put him on Jets right there.
So Hill with a big early play for the Huskies with 10:06 left here in the first quarter. Puts his team up 6-0. They'll line up for the 2-point conversion. To throw, it's low and probably wouldn't have got there anyways. It was short of the goal line. Good defense. And so that goes incomplete. It was intended for Angel Romero. A 6-0 lead right now for the Huskies. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons, treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and other sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of North Fremont Athletics. And Flying A Ranch in Ashton is excited to see the Huskies back. The supporters out there, all the businesses supporting their local schools and student athletes. Remember that our army of Idaho sports action photographers are covering games. Action photos link in the menu. Touchdown run for Hill. It's 6-0. All the way out to across the 35-yard line. Good starting position.
This offense can be and what they've shown all season and what they're coming off of last year.
Well, Melba lines up. Handoff right up the middle. And I'm going to pick up a couple of yards. That is Carlos Kalunga, the junior fullback, around the right side. Gabe Schaefer, I believe, the senior running back. Pass. Slung out in the flat. Caught by Kalunga. Excuse me, that's not. Quarterback Cash Buse. That is Kalunga on the carry, the fullback.
Lining up under center right now, but watch out for the rollouts and the QB sprints from that.
Ball carrier Caden Daly. So 3rd and 5, 20 years ago.
Just 20?
Yeah, just 20. Back to pass. Buse lets it fly. Man wide open. It's caught to the 10. All tied up.
Yeah, Buse showing off the arm strength and the accuracy. You know, he was so wide open. He just
back with 7:44 left here in the first quarter, tying it up 6-0. So Kalunga got wrapped up immediately, and it'll stay 6-4. These two high-powered offenses, and this is what we've seen from them twice last year. You know, scoring stops.
They went 2 and 3.
That's really what will make a difference here in this ball game.
going to win this game because penalties are such a drive killer.
Play the handoff up the middle, but nowhere to go for Packer. He probably got 2. And so it's going to be 4th and about 7, and you got to think North Fremont will punt away from this position deep in their own end, inside the 25. So it's about 4th and 7. Back to punt for the Huskies. I believe it's Jax Cherry, number 87, does the punting for him. High punt, not a deep punt. They'll be lucky if it gets beyond the 50. It takes a nice bounce and down to about the 42-yard line. So changes the field position just a little bit for the Huskies, and Melba gets the first stop of the game with 5:28 left here in the first quarter. The first defensive stop. They'll get the ball back with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, they had a really impressive drive to get that first touchdown, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing.
So Buse back in the gun, rolling right. Throws short. It's caught. You're going to pick up about 5 or 6. The receiver there, Noah Westbaranco, a junior wide receiver. So 2nd and 4, they'll give him 6. Yeah, I tell you what, they're barely 5 yards off the ball with their huddle. Not even. It's like 3 yards off the ball if you look at the back of Buse. So quickly to the line because of how close they are to it. 2nd and 4. Buse rolling the other side, looking down the field. A little sidearm, nearly picked off. Nice job by Dax Cherry trying to step in front of that. A little tussle for the ball between Cherry and Daly, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 4 now.
Yeah, quarterback looked like he was playing shortstop over there, throwing that to first base.
Yeah, on the move, slinging it across his body. It was on target as Buse just takes it himself. Big kid running the football, and he'll pick up. He needed 4, and he got 6. So first down for the Mustangs out across midfield to the 47-yard line of North Fremont. This time they go no huddle. Double handoff back into the middle. It went initially to Schaefer, and then he handed it off to Daly. And Daly picks up a couple, maybe 3. 2nd and 7 now for the Mustangs. Thanks for joining us here on East Idaho Game Day on a hot Saturday afternoon in Ashton, Idaho. All the locals got their... As that's a bad snap. The ball's on the turf, and diving on it is North Fremont. So Romero tracks that one down. And the Huskies get the first turnover. 4:27 left here in the first quarter.
Was it just a bad snap?
And I had my head down as the ball was snapped. I didn't see if Buse wasn't looking yet or if it was just a bad snap. But either way, it went way off to Buse's right. it almost looked at one of those where he wasn't ready yet, and the center snapped it and kind of hit Buse and ricocheted off to his right. Romero able to dive on it. So the Huskies with the ball at Melba's 45, and now that ball came loose. Melba saying they have it, and there they do have it. No question. As coming out of there with the football is Schaefer. There was a big pile, but the ball was nowhere near it, and now a flag comes in late as guys got up shoving one another.
Yeah, this is going to be unsportsmanlike, I think, on Romero of North Fremont.
We'll see. Everybody involved there, we're obviously a ways away from the play. But, yeah, guys coming up shoving each other, and we'll see what the discussion is from the officials. You could very likely have an offsetting unsportsmanlike penalty as well. So here's our call from our Whitehead. So dead ball unsportsmanlike penalty against North Fremont. So pour a little salt in the wound. After the fumble, as they turn it right back over to Melba, they get a tack on 15 yards that'll push it back to the 45-yard line of North Fremont. That penalty went against Hank Richardson, the tight end for North Fremont. Buse, little pump fake. Now he's in trouble. He's going to get sacked. Back at the 47-yard line, Buse sacked. And now temperatures of players starting to rise with the temperature outside as guys getting up in each other's faces just a little bit.
Yeah, it was Romero on the sack, so he gave up that 15-yard penalty, but he did sack the quarterback the next play. So maybe a little bit of guide or givings there when they watch the film next week.
So Coach Kalunga slows it down just a bit as they go no huddle. Everybody back to the line of scrimmage. Buse, that's same thing happened there. High snap. Buse able to corral it this time. So that's basically exactly what happened on the previous play. Just a high snap, which is tough. I mean, Buse is about 6'3" at least out there. No penalty on the play. It looked like maybe there was some, there was an arm up around the head area, but it didn't get the face mask, obviously. Otherwise, we'd seen a penalty. 3rd and 25. Better snap. Buse. Handoff goes. It's bobbled, though, as it went to Schaefer, and now North Fremont says they have it, and they do. So 3 quick turnovers, all via fumble, and now North Fremont has the football at the 40.
Yeah, no, this is not what you want to see in the first quarter of the ball game.
So within the 40s, we've had 3 turnovers over like the last 6 plays. So between bad snaps and unable to corral the handoffs, we've had 3 turnovers. We're still in the first quarter. 2:42 left. Handoff goes to Parker. Parker getting over the right side. Look at him run. Dropped after a nice 7-yard gain.
On the right side, Richardson and Michelson on the stop.
Richardson and Michelson for the Mustangs with the tackle. It's 2nd and 3 now for North Fremont. 2:20 and counting here in the first quarter. East Idaho game day. Jacob Hill early on in this quarter injured his left leg, and he is down on the bench in front of us. Pads are off, so more than likely we won't see him again today. Parker with the carry. Parker stood up at the 30. He'll be very close to the first down, and they say he has the first down. So Melba got a stop on the previous possession. Right now, North Fremont driving with just under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter.
You know, last week I was at the Rocky Mountain Rumble over at Madison High School, and you see a lot of high schools run this Y-wing option, and it can be pretty hard to defend.
Hand off to Parker again over the left side in that guard tackle gap. And he picks up about 4 yards. And this is why, because if you have a line that can get some guys off and create just a little hole, you're picking up 4 yards at a time, and then eventually a guy breaks free. And there's no deep safeties. Everybody's up around the line of scrimmage. So once you get past that initial line, it's just a foot race.
Yeah, and that's what they're hoping with this formation, and they've got it. We saw it with Hill earlier on that long touchdown run.
And they'll throw wrinkles in it. You know, you have some fake handoffs that'll go to the second man instead of the first man through, which is, again, Parker this time on the carry, but he picks up 3 more. It'll be 3rd and about 3 upcoming. But, yeah, you fake it then. You put one guy in motion. Maybe you pitch it here and there. You do a direct or a quarterback keep, actually, you know, basically a designed run. And so there's a lot of options out of this offense. And North Fremont's run it to perfection for a lot of years. So back to the line of scrimmage come the Huskies. And there it is. There's the option pitch. And hit out of bounds, but Carson Bone driven out of bounds at about the 13. Well, that's first down for the Huskies. So there you had the fake handoff, a fake pitch, and then he actually did pitch it to Daly on the sideline.
Yep, and that's just one of the wrinkles that we were just talking about of this triple offense. And I'm assuming that they're going to see a multiple play action and a pass down the field here shortly.
Your assistant coaches out there, Shannon Hill, I believe, does most of the offensive play calling, the offensive coordinator, Blake Bowman, and one of the coaches, Jim Jorgensen, up here in the booth with us, actually. Handoff up the middle goes for about 5, it looks like. And that will be the end of the first quarter with North Fremont inside the 10, 2nd and 5. We'll switch ends of the field. And we're going to step away at the quarter. This is East Idaho Game Day on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
Well, how do I know when to take her to the IRMAC ER?
You can use IRMAC's free 24/7 nurse advice line. They'll advise you if you can take care of your child at home, if you need to go see your doctor, or come directly to the emergency room. Remember that IRMAC has the most experience taking care of kids. In fact, every IRMAC ER nurse has higher level pediatric certifications, not common in all ERs.
Thank you so much. We'll head right there.
Welcome back. Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg is the perfect flooring solution for all your floor covering needs. They can handle any type of flooring from residential to commercial with their huge in-stock collection and the best installation team around. Carpet Direct and Flooring can help you create a one-of-a-kind look that caters to the style of your home or office. Carpet Direct and Flooring has appreciated the support from the Upper Valley and are excited to announce the grand opening of their new showroom in October 2022. Carpet Direct is a proud supporter of athletics in the Upper Snake River Valley. Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg. So just underway here in the second quarter as we get ready for the initial snap.
All right, 2nd down and 4 to go.
2nd and 4, handoff. Taken by Packer, and I think I've been calling him Parker mistakenly. I apologize. That's Packer over the left side. He's going to be very close to the first down. In fact, he got it. 1st and goal inside the 5 at the 4.
now. First down and goal to go on the 3-yard line.
So the Huskies threatening to score again here. They pitch it to Romero. Romero to the corner. Touchdown. Good block on the outside to seal that from Carson Bone. And Romero goes in untouched for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great play from Romero. You know, he was lining up on the outside of that that option play and just a toss play, and he basically could have walked into the end zone for a touchdown to make it 12-6.
So just 25 seconds into the second quarter, Romero puts his team back on top, and they'll go for 2 once again. Hill under center, and flags fly. False start against the Huskies, so that'll back them up.
Flags on the play. Could be a false start against the Huskies.
And so they'll back it up 5 yards now, back from the 7. Well, 8, actually. They'll try to punch it in for 2. Same formation. Hill under center. Man in motion's Romero. They pitch it to him, trying to go the same thing they did earlier. Romero, though, got his leg. Now ball came free, and that means it's a dead play. I think Romero he tried to get to the outside again. He should have cut back up. He had a hole there and just picked the wrong lane to run in. So 2-point conversion, no good. It'll stay 12-6 as the Mustangs get a stop on the 2-point conversion. Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the IdahoSports.com Prepcasts cover every inch of Idaho, hosted by Brandon Bainey. Each Prepcast features one of our in-house experts talking about what's going on in your part of the state. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Prepcasts. In the menu, get caught up on what you've been missing.
I love how they add in occasionally. I love it.
There's been one recently discussing quote-unquote recruiting in high school sports across the state.
It's a real thing. It happens.
It doesn't happen in the traditional sense of, hey, we're going to offer you more money or a better scholarship, but it happens in the case of, we could really use you. You guys want to move to our district, right?
Yeah.
And and that's, I'm generalizing a lot, but there's a lot of club sports that go on in the summer, and that was one thing that's talked about. People intermingle, and when you have these school districts that are close to one another, often it's not unheard of for parents decide to buy a house in a different school district. Schaefer with the carry out across the 30 on the return to the 31, and that's where the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10. Then you just have those situations where people move. I mean, it happens. Jobs change. They decide to buy a different house, whatever the case may be. And so it's hard to separate what's wrong and what's right sometimes. There's a gray area in there.
I thought the coaches would just stop by and say, hey, you had a really good math score last year. We want you
we like your ACT scores in the math section. Feel like you could really bump our GPA.
Yeah. Oh, you have Division I colleges looking at you?
I had no idea. 3-yard pickup on the run. It'll be 2nd down and a long 7 for Melba. I didn't think about that. It may be completely academic. I didn't think about that at all, Josh.
That's what it usually is about, right?
Right. Just underway here in the second quarter, just under 11 minutes left, and a short gain on that play. Maybe another 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and a short 5 for Melba. Bowman on the tackle. Cutter Bowman for the Huskies.
What a good name, Cutter. Yeah.
Chop him down. So 3rd and 5 for Melba. In double handoff inside, wrapped up immediately. It went to Schaefer, it went to Kalunga, and Kalunga immediately had arms around him once he got a hold of that football.
Yeah, the first kid that got the handoff, he should have tried to be a lead blocker in that situation. But good job from North Fremont to bust that up immediately. They didn't even get a chance to set up what they wanted.
Yeah, no one on the defensive line fooled on that play. We've seen it a couple of times from Melba now. And now it's 4th as they lost a little bit, 4th and 6. They lost a yard on the play. Looks like they're lined up to throw. A lot of time taken off. Buse back to pass, lets it fly down the sideline. Caught for a first down. All the way out to one of the favorites on receiving, Caden Daly. Senior running back listed, but he's played a lot of wide receiver as well. And that's a first down out across the 45 to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
Wow, beautiful throw from Cash on this near sideline. Good catch right there. Good focus.
Cash Buse, just a junior. Back to pass again under pressure. Sidearms it downfield. Caught. Tell you what, he's used that to perfection a couple of times. Receiver down the way is Noah West-Baronco.
I think he watches Mahomes a little bit. Patrick Mahomes, that's exactly what he does.
I feel like you're right. Hard count from Buse. Nobody jumps, and now they'll get the play from the sideline from Kalunga. Man in motions, Daly. They hand it to Daly. Tries to cut back to the inside, but wrapped up from behind. Nice tackle by Richardson. So a 2-yard loss as Hank Richardson, he's been a force on defense as last year as well. He's just a big kid playing that defensive end position. Handoff up the middle. And decent pickup that time for Schaefer. Picks up about 5, it looks like. But with the loss of yardage, it's going to be 3rd and 7 upcoming. 7:55 left here in the second quarter. Buse off the hands. It was a little low, right below the belt. Trying to catch that is Daly, and that's just a tough one to haul in right there.
Yeah, it's really tough. You're going to say, oh, it hit your hands, but you're running full speed.
Yeah, and you almost have to go down a little bit for it. If you can catch it at your chest at full speed, yeah, that's a touchdown. Plus, he did have a defender right behind him, probably got hands on him at least a little bit. Buse, back to pass, in trouble, evades. Now he's not going to evade it as he gets sacked back at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, great job from that North Fremont front 7. They're doing a great job and sending pressure and putting pressure on Cash as he's taking a step back to throw, and that's exactly what they did.
It was 4th down and about 7 on the play. The sack results in the turnover on downs, and it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies from the 24-yard line. Remember, you can make the memories made today last a lifetime. Own the digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Just click the button in the top right corner to order. Hill under center. Pitches out to Romero. Romero trying to make a guy miss. Picks up good yardage. And now Romero a little roughed up after the play. He's helped up, and he'll head back to the line of scrimmage. Nice 6-yard carry for Romero.
Yeah, they love that little toss to him. They're trying to use his speed on the outside, and they've done it 3 times now. That's what they scored their last touchdown on, and we saw him last year have success with those outside runs, and they're gonna continue to try to get him out there.
So Hill back under center. He's going to keep it himself behind a couple lead blockers. They push the pile. He'll get a first down. Jed Hill out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Huskies. Of course, last year the quarterback for North Fremont, Lenz, just a phenomenal athlete on the basketball team and on the football team. He seemed like maybe a little more threat to run was Lenz than Hill, but Hill able to pick his spots and pick up yardage when he needs to as well. They haven't lost much at quarterback from year to year. Handoff to Packer, and Packer picks up 5 before he's finally touched and knocked to the ground. 2nd and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see them take a shot down the field. You know, we haven't seen the deep shot yet for this North Fremont team, but I'm assuming it's going to be coming here shortly.
And that's kind of the scouting report I got on them is it's a run heavy, obviously, and then they pick their spots, and once in a while they're going to throw the ball down the field and take a shot for the big play. Man in motion's Romero. Handoff goes to Packer, though, over the left side, and Packer wrapped up. Ball comes free. He was stood up, and Melba comes away with it now. The question is, they say he was down first.
Yeah, I believe what they saw, and I kind of saw it at the very end, was his knees were down and he was getting jerked around a lot, and that's when the ball popped out.
Yeah. With that, and there wasn't a whistle yet, but his momentum, his forward progress had been stopped. There hadn't been a whistle yet, but you might be right. He was possibly had a knee or two on the ground before that ball got ripped out. So 3rd and 2. Hill takes it himself, trying to take it over that left side. I think he got enough on the forward progress. We'll see. It all depends on the near side judge spot. They are going to say first down. It was right at the line of scrimmage. They do say first down, so.
I guess home field advantage is real in this situation.
And that's one thing they have done. When it's close in the middle of the field like this, in normal gameplay, if it's close, they're going to say first down. They're not going to pull the sticks out every time. That's, over the last 3-4 years, that's been something the officials have done to kind of keep things moving. Back to pass. Hill slings it out to Romero. Open, makes a little linebacker miss, and Romero picks up a first down and more down near the 40-yard line. And that's not a fair matchup there, as Romero against that linebacker just made a quick little sidestep to get by him.
Yeah, he's showing off the agility right there, and that's always a tough matchup, no matter what level of play you're at. And good job from Romero to make that little inside cut and get us a few more yards.
I think that's Michelson, Evan Michelson, a good linebacker. Just often they don't have that lateral speed that the wide receivers have. Handoff to Romero, hitting the backfield, tripped up again, now trying to cut back. He might gain a yard or two. That was better than it was started out to be for Angel Romero.
Yeah, Romero looks exhausted out there right now. I don't blame him either.
Officials asking for a timeout. I don't know, the water break for the officials or what the scenario is, but or the officials may have very well just been like, you know what, it's hot. Let's get everybody a water break.
I think that's exactly what happened.
I really do think that's what happened. So all the teams out there, so you don't have to burn your timeouts. The teams both get a water break, and that's probably not a bad idea with as hot as it is today.
Yeah, they're getting towels on their shoulders. They're getting some water on there. I respect that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good idea here. I'm not sure what the temperature is right now, but it is still hot.
It's showing 93, 94 right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. So a very warm day here in eastern Idaho. The Melba kids, it's been well over 100 degrees for week spans for them. Granted, it's been prior to this, but these guys used to the heat.
Yeah.
More so, I would say, than the North Fremont kids. having grown up over in the Treasure Valley area, it gets hotter over there. And so maybe a little more used to the heat, but still, when you're putting all this effort in at, 90, 95 degrees, pretty easy to get a little dehydrated. And the last thing you want to do is have some sort of emergency because guys aren't getting enough water to drink.
Yeah, that's never what you want, especially the first couple games of the season, and they won't have to worry about this in about a month, but kudos to the refs to take notice of that.
So after the water break, 3:30 left here in the first half. Back to pass goes Hill. Short pass caught by, that's Hank Richardson. First down out across the 30, so the drive continues for the Huskies as they lead 12-6 here, trying to tack on another one before halftime.
Yeah, I like that play. It's just a simple throw and toss and good route from Richardson to just get open and give his quarterback a target.
East Idaho Game Day here on IdahoSports.com, presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and DL Evans Bank. In motion, now it's Hill, takes it himself behind some blockers off that right side, and Hill falls forward for a couple more even, about a 6-7 yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I'm noticing that in the first couple of weeks of high school football is they're letting them pile up and push a little bit more this year. And just right there, just for a little bit, just to push for an extra couple of yards. And that's coming in big in a lot of these games.
Yeah, prior to the officials blowing that whistle to stop the play.
Nice little rugby scrum, as they're normally called.
Yeah, I keep waiting for it to pop out behind and that guy take it and kind of just sweep.
Give it to the winger.
Yeah, that's right. Handoff to Packer. Packer bouncing off tacklers. First down inside the 20, down to the 16. Carson Packer, senior running back, continue to rack up the yardage as we're down to the 2-minute warning here at Candler Field here in beautiful Ashton, Idaho. As back to the line of scrimmage go the Huskies. And back to pass is Hill. Now rushed, throws off the back foot, and nobody even close. So the question is,
there it is.
They're going to call intentional grounding. I mean, there was nobody within 20 yards.
Yeah, he had to have gotten something mixed up because he was throwing towards the back of the end zone, but his receiver was on the other side of the end zone, and so there had to have been some kind of confusion there.
So from the spot, it's a 10-yard penalty, if I'm not mistaken, plus the loss of down. So that's what it is, intentional grounding.
So they're full blocking on that dive now.
10 yards, from the original line of scrimmage and the loss of down. So now it'll be 2nd and 20. With 1:39 left to go here, it looks like.
Yeah, you hear what I said? So they're kicking the tackle out now to take our end out to run that dive.
So 2nd and 20. Hand off to Packer. Packer breaking tackles, getting back most of the penalty yardage. So it'll be 3rd and about 11 upcoming, I believe, with 1:27 to go here until half. They can get a first down just outside the 5 at the 6-yard line. Hand off to Packer. No, they kick to Romero. Romero trying to make guys miss, but hanging on for dear life, and then the teammates finish it off for the Mustangs. So it's 4th down now, and I believe North Fremont's called a timeout. So it'll be 4th and about, looks like 7, a short 7 for the North Fremont Huskies. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand, and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and other sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of the North Fremont Athletics.
I may have to go check them out. I re-injured my knee a couple of weeks ago, and it's still giving me some issues. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm old. If you switch my numbers around, I'm 72 right now, so.
Well, if you switch my numbers around right now, I'm 93, so that's a problem.
Oh, boy.
But
we're getting old.
In a couple of weeks, I'll be 4.
Hey, so
that's better.
That's much better.
Flying A Ranch in Ashton is excited to see the Huskies back on the field. Get it done, boys, from the Flying A Ranch. And they need to get it done here if they're hoping to add on to this lead. 4th and 7 for the Huskies. They got to get to the 6 for a first down. 1:05 left on the clock. Man in motion. They pitch to that man. He's going to throw. He had Richardson momentarily. He waited too long, and it falls incomplete. I thought he had him a little earlier. He hesitated, and by that time, Richardson got covered up. Excuse me, that was not Richardson. That was Dax Cherry, the receiver. And a turnover on downs, so Melba holds. And with 58 seconds left, Melba will have the ball. We'll see what they opt to do here. Keep it on the ground. Run the football back. What they'll try to do here, or they'll just take a knee. Oh, back to pass, Buse. Buse now on the run, throws back across his body, dangerous, nearly picked off. Carson Bone just about had an interception.
Yeah, that's the last throw you want to see if you're Melba's coach, and especially just a little lob in the middle of the field.
And I feel like there's the conversation you have with Buse that, hey, we're deep in our own end, late in the half, run that one, get as much as you can, get out of bounds, stop the clock. We'll try again and see what we can do. And he's a big kid. He's going to pick up some yards along the sideline. We'll see if they keep it on the ground. They do. Up the middle this time. Oh, man, those burgers smell amazing. Carry by Gabe Schaefer. It's like torture. The wind blowing that smell right into here.
It's pretty rough.
The Husky Burger. It's famous here in North Fremont. Handoff. Up the middle, does nothing. And now a timeout taken, I believe, by North Fremont. So it'll be 4th down with 17 seconds left. So Melba will kick it away, more than likely. Then you got to cover. Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg is the perfect flooring solution for all your floor covering needs. They can handle any type of flooring from residential to commercial with their huge in-stock selection and the best installation team around. Carpet Direct and Flooring can help you create a one-of-a-kind look that caters to the style of your home or office. Carpet Direct and Flooring has appreciated the support from the Upper Valley and are excited to announce the grand opening of their new showroom in October 2022. Carpet Direct is a proud supporter of athletes in the Upper Snake River Valley. Of course, if you didn't catch up on all the scores, mainly from last night, just check out the scores and schedule page on IdahoSports.com. You could also just go to the Friday Night Flash, even though we're post-Friday night. All those scores will be there from last night, from around the state. And if you're a runner, there's been cross-country action. I think they might be done now, but cross-country action down in Soda Springs that Brandon and Paul were covering today. So Mustangs will punt it away. Bad snap, low. He does get the kickoff. It's short and takes a bounce and hits Melba. The ball is still live after it hits him, so in theory, North Fremont could try to pick it up.
And everyone was just standing still. If I was Romero, I'm picking that up and trying.
Well, and I like Melba's idea not to down it because that just runs more time off the clock. So until the officials blow the whistle, you might as well let it sit. As it is, it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies. They've got 10.8 seconds to work here from the 49 of Melba. Pitch back. They're going to go to pass. Cherry's the receiver. It's going to be underthrown and incomplete. Good defense that time from Schaefer back there in front of Dax Cherry. And the ball falls incomplete. The clock will stop with 3.1. And one more play for the Huskies. See what they opt to do, whether they take a shot or take a knee. And we'll head into halftime. Much lower scoring game than we've seen from these two squads over the last over the last two games last year. Under center. And he will go back to pass. Hill down the sideline, underthrown and well out of bounds. And that'll do it. At halftime, it's 12-6. North Fremont Huskies on top of the Melba Mustangs. We're going to step away. This is East Idaho Game Day here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be back for a little halftime wrap-up. Stay with us.
Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at IRMAC. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapists at IRMAC taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to IRMAC.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
It can be a lot, trying to figure out how to make it. How to dream big and to wonder, what if? Because no matter where you are in life, if you don't know what's possible in Idaho, it's hard to keep asking, what if? Which is exactly why Next Steps Idaho was created, with everything from smart tools that help you figure out careers you might be suited for, to training and education options for you. So keep asking what if at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
At D.L. Evans Bank, we haven't invested in a deep line of digital banking services to help infuse more banking into your life. Just more living. D.L. Evans Bank. This is community banking.
Well, is Irmac really the best hospital for pediatric care? I mean, aren't all ERs the same?
Not all ERs are the same. Irmac's ER has been delivering high-level clinical care for over 3 decades. As a Level 2 trauma and burn center, Irmac is well equipped to handle pediatric injury and illness. All Irmac ER nurses have higher level pediatric certifications, and that's just not common in all ERs. And this expertise and experience is found only at Irmac.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at Irmac. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapists at Irmac taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to Irmac.
We're Valleywide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no-problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Dave here with Teton Volkswagen. Have you heard about our Certified Pre-Owned program? Our Certified Pre-Owned vehicles are in a class of their own. Each vehicle comes with a comprehensive limited warranty and roadside assistance program. Add a 120-point quality inspection, a Carfax history report, and you know you're buying a vehicle you can rely on. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy your next certified vehicle.
Your job is serving clients, making goals and meeting them, hiring staff, paying expenses, and looking for business opportunities. Our job is to make sure you have the resources to keep doing your job. This is Community Banking, D.L. Evans Bank.
Well, yes, I've heard Ermac has quite a few pediatric specialty services, but can you tell me what you have to offer?
Ermac offers specialized pediatric care in our ER and our pediatric ICU. Pediatric doctors focus 100% of their time on hospitalized kids. And Ermac has many children's specialties, like pediatric surgery and anesthesiology, cardiology and endocrinology, and more. This network of local pediatric experts is only found at Ermac.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here at Candler Field in Ashton, Idaho. The North Fremont Huskies on top 12-6 over the Melba Mustangs here on East Idaho Game Day. Of course, East Idaho Game Day presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and DNL Evans Bank. Brought to you also by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Of course, a huge thanks to our local advertisers for today's game, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, and Flying A Ranch here in Ashton. It's 12-6. We'll tell you how we got there. The scoring was early, and then the defenses kind of took over, as well as a slew of turnovers. Jed Hill opened things up early with a 70-yard touchdown run with 10:08 left in the first quarter. And then Melba answered with a Buse to Daly 35-yard touchdown pass with 7:44 left in the first. And then just barely underway in the second, Angel Romero took a 3-yard pitch for a touchdown with 11:25 left in the quarter. And then we had about 3 turnovers that went back to back to back in the middle of the field. And that's been about it. Some turnovers on downs. And that is our scoring for the ball game. Early on, just of note, Jacob Hill did leave the game with a leg injury, and he has not returned. He's been on the bench down there with ice on that leg. We haven't seen him back. I believe we're one of the few games here on Saturday afternoon on IdahoSports.com, if not the only game.
I think the only.
On Idaho Sports. I want to thank our power boosters, Evade Pest Management for the Melba Mustangs, our Treasure Valley's best pest control solution. And for the North Fremont Huskies, we have Pocock Trucking, Fall River Electric, Grand Peaks Medical, Pharmacy, Dental, and Behavioral Health, proudly serving St. Anthony and Rexburg. And Big Judd's Custom Burgers, proud to support the North Fremont student athletes. If you want a Big Judd burger rather than a Husky burger, got to get back out onto Highway 20, head north just about a half a mile, and Big Judd's right there.
I could always use a Big Judd burger. They're great.
The Husky burgers, though, right here, just a football throw away from us here in the press box. Of course, I can't throw the football that far. You might be able to, Josh.
You could throw the football that far. You're underestimating yourself.
That's like 40 yards.
That's give or take.
Of course, we are up on a hill, so I have that going for me. But a great burger here at North Fremont High School. And on a very hot day, North Fremont, the home team, brought their canopies to stay out of the sun. Very smart of them. And Melba having to make the long trip all the way over from the opposite side of the state.
As far as the drive for them?
5.5 hours, I bet. That's just a guess, but at least 5.5 hours. Take a quick look here.
And Melba brought a lot of fans as well. That far sideline.
I was pretty close. It says from where we're at to Melba, 5 hours and 10 minutes. It's a jaunt. 326 miles across the state. So depending on the travel plans for the Melba fans, it's either a long drive back or a nice little stay somewhere here along the way and get back Sunday morning.
It is Memorial Weekend this week.
That's
right?
true. Maybe some people plan on coming over, head up into Yellowstone National Park possibly, maybe a little stay in Island Park. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Maybe they just turn this into a family vacation over here in eastern Idaho.
That's what I would do. I would hate to drive back, drive up today and drive back tonight. That would.
Of course, you got to remember that at least some of these kids from Melba, that an agricultural community, there might be some crops that need harvested right now. So not the greatest time of the year for everybody to just take off and go. I know at my age at this point, I'd been headed back to milk cows, so it's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's the difference between me and you. I'm from the East Coast, South Carolina, and I'm not milking cows over there. I'm going to the beach.
So just a couple minutes left here. We're going to step away. We'll take another break. We'll come back for the third quarter kickoff. It's East Idaho game day here at Ashton and North Fremont High School. Candler Field, Lauren Jensen and Josh McGauley. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Well, how do I know when to take her to the Irmac ER?
You can use Irmac's free 24/7 nurse advice line. They'll advise you if you can take care of your child at home, if you need to go see your doctor, or come directly to the emergency room. Remember that Irmac has the most experience taking care of kids. In fact, every Irmac ER nurse has higher level pediatric certifications, not common in all ERs.
Thank you so much. We'll head right there.
Well, welcome back. We're at halftime here at North Fremont High School, Candler Field, getting ready for the third quarter kickoff on a hot afternoon here in Ashton. I'll tell you what I was thinking about. Of course, the cross-country races started early today, so it wasn't as hot, but I've run in this type of weather at 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It is not a good time.
Yeah, I've done the same thing too. I ran track for a little bit, for a couple years, and it was hot in South Carolina.
And humid.
And very humid. So I know what you mean. I was definitely in much better shape.
Me too. As was I.
7 feet, about 250 pounds at that point.
I was not that big. It's more like 5'10", 140.
Yeah.
All right,
with all my clothes on.
Soaking wet.
And so our kickoff is away, is on the ground, picked up to 10 and returned. Back out to the 30, still on the feet, now wrapped up from behind, down to about the 39-yard line. Nice starting field position for the Melba Mustangs. Just underway here in the third quarter. Thanks for joining us on East Idaho Game Day. A 2A cross-state matchup. North Fremont right now, they're 2-0 against Melba over the last couple of years. Knocked them out of the playoffs last year. Hoping to knock them off the win column here today. Both these teams come in with a 1-1 record. That carry taken for short gain to the 40, just a yard for Schaefer.
Yeah, and I want to see some big time plays here because it seems to stop movement when after the first quarter and hasn't done really even movement for this offense. Cash is going to take the keeper and just gain one.
I tried to do something nice and lend my pen out to a young North Fremont fan. And asked if he could borrow it. I'm starting to wonder if he meant, can I keep your pen? Hasn't returned with said pen.
He is long gone.
It's not that valuable. I'm sure he just got busy not coming back. But now I don't have a pen.
I got some blood for you.
All right, we'll write it in blood. Sidearm throw, caught for a first down to the favorite target. That's number 20, Caden Daly. As Buse, another completion for Cash Buse. I actually do have another pen. Just got to get to it.
Cash Buse takes a snap, hands off, and right up the middle. That's a gain of about 10 yards. Good job from Gabe Schaffer right there. And oh, they're going to give him just a yard short. So gain of 9, make it 2nd and 1.
So right at the 40-yard line for Melba as they're trying to put together a nice scoring drive here. If they can do that, get the extra point, they can take the lead here early in the third quarter. High snap. Buse taps it to himself and picks up the first down and more. There's been twice where that ball's been way too high for Buse on the snap and hasn't been able to corral it. That one he's able to tap to himself. Lead blocking up there by Kalunga. Kalunga load, man. He's low to the ground and strong in that fullback position. Buse in trouble, slides inside and then slings it. Sidearm nearly caught. Intended receiver was number 85, Nate Wellington. Had it in his hands until he hit the ground and it popped free. So 2nd and 10. Tell you what, Buse likes to go to that sidearm throw.
I don't mind it. It looks he makes it look pretty nice. He's doing well with it.
And there goes the bad snap again. Packer and Buse after it. We'll see who comes away with it. Packer does. Carson Packer faster than Buse and able to track that down for another turnover. And now the Huskies in good position with the ball at the 38-yard line.
I want to say that's the 4th time that's happened this afternoon.
Yeah, and it's just well over the head of Buse.
It's really hard to miss Cash. You know, he is about 6'2".
Yeah, just outside the grasp. Now a pitch. Oh, and pop. That ball's free. Fumbled right back to the Mustangs. Recovered by Manny Zapata. And there was no chance for Romero on that. As soon as that ball touched him, he got nailed right in the gut.
Yeah, he did. What a great defensive stop right there and way to get the ball right back. And here we go again. Let's see if we keep it up. Last I want to say in the second quarter, we had 3 turnovers within About 20 yards, right in the same area.
Yep, right in this same spot of the field, as you mentioned. And see what Melba does. They can have a short memory from their last drive. Handoff up the middle. That ball pops free just like before, right into the waiting arms of Dax Cherry as he gets gifted the football. And that's exactly what happened in the first half. Back-to-back-to-back turnovers.
That's going to be the easiest fumble recovery of Dax Cherry's career right there.
Yeah, it bounced right into his arms. He's down on one knee, and it just popped right to him. Like a shortstop picking up an easy grounder. So the Huskies will have it right at the 45-yard line of Melba with 9:24 left. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers here in the second half.
Listen, it's because he's cutting you every time that snap is making you nervous. So don't worry about getting the block to him because he's cutting you. Worry about getting a good snap and then protect yourself, okay? You got it? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. You got it, bud? Okay, give the ball back. Get back in the game.
And handoff goes for about 4 yards. Handoff this time around the edge to Romero. He gets stuck at the 40. Going to pick up 1.5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 for the Huskies upcoming.
Heidi Wellington, we found your phone. We have it here in the booth.
So the North Fremont Huskies trying to capitalize on another turnover. 3rd and 3. First man through is Packer. Packer picks up the first down, breaks free. And now still on his feet, driving all the way to the 23-yard line. 8:12 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, good job from Packer. And even there, we saw the ball coming loose with that carrying arm. You know, you need to keep that high and tight. And I think they're going to have a drill to practice when the practice resumes this week for both teams.
Well, 1st and 10 after the run from Packer. Packer again up the middle. He's going to get 5, 6 more on that carry down to the 15-yard line. And actually, they're going to give him 8 on the carry. So at the 15, 2nd and 2 upcoming for the Huskies. 7:30 left in the third quarter. Follow IdahoSports.com on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, the IG. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Handoff to Packer again. Packer 1st down and more down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Huskies.
Hey, we need that phone. Yeah, we got it.
So 1st and goal for the Huskies with 6:40 left to go here in the third. Hill under center. Will counter handoff to Romero. Romero spinning off tacklers, picks up about 4, maybe 3. 2nd and goal now for the Huskies. Clock continues to roll down to 6:20. So they will mark it at the 7, a 3-yard gain on the carry. 2nd and goal. At the line of scrimmage is Hill. And a timeout taken by North Fremont. Flying A Ranch in Ashton is excited to see the Huskies back on the field. Get it done, boys, from the Flying A Ranch. I want to thank Upper Valley Orthopedics, as well as Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg as well. And it's Saturday, but for next week, we want to remind everybody to get your pigskin pick'ems or your gridiron game picks, however you want to call them. Compete every week against other high school sports fans and the so-called experts at IdahoSports.com. And you can compete for free, win weekly prizes, and the chance to be crowned the regular season's pick champion. It's okay if you start now because weekly winners get $25. And if you are the regular season grand champion, you can win $100, and you get a $250 donation in your name given to your favorite school. Hand off to Packer. No, they pitch it outside. And pretty good containment outside by Schaefer. That was on the run. Carson Bone with the carry. It's 3rd and goal from the 5 now.
Yeah, no, I would love to see just like a play action, just a little short out. They've shown this all game that they can do it, so why not do it here and see a little touchdown pass.
The other thing they've gone to in this point is that pitch to Romero. This time they pitch it to Bone. And Bone is going to be about a 1.5 yards shy of the goal line. So it's 4th and goal, just inside the 2.
Like on the 2-yard line.
See what North Fremont opts to do here. They're run heavy. You wonder if they just give it to Packer and try to power it in.
Yeah, you got 2 yards to go. You got Packer, who's a big kid. You know, you got Hill, who's shown some power as well, and Romero, who shows a little bit of speed. So there's your 3 options in that backfield.
Well, here they go. They line up. Same formation. Hill under center. It's Romero, but they give it to Packer up the middle. He gets the push. Touchdown. So they went to the running back, Carson Packer. They needed 2. They got it, and it is now 18-6, North Fremont on top.
Great job from North Fremont to capitalize on a turnover and keep the score going.
Not much going on in the second quarter for either of these teams. North Fremont scored with about 30 seconds into the second quarter, and now here in the third quarter with 4:23 left, they punch it in again. They'll go for 2. They haven't been successful yet. Hand off to Packer. Packer over the right side. No, not complete. They didn't get there. So no more 2-point conversions. They have not been able to complete one yet. Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons, treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand, and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and other sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 208-356-9550 or request an appointment online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of North Fremont Athletics. Huge thanks to them, as well as our East Idaho Game Day presenting sponsors, D.L. Evans Bank, Teton Toyota, or the Teton Auto Group, and Ermac Pediatric Services. Huge thanks to each of them. 18-6 here at Candler Field with about 4:20 left in the third quarter. North Fremont in charge in this ball game. And just with the way the scoring's gone, a 2-score lead's a nice lead for the Huskies. They've been able to hold Melba to just the 1 touchdown, and that was early, 10 minutes Now 8 minutes into the ball game.
Yeah, and if you're Melba, you'd feel like this is getting to the point already where you have to get a score.
That ball returned from the 5. The return gets set up and blown up and driven back. The ball came free, but I think Melba got back on it. No, North Fremont says they have it, and they do. Packer came out of there with the ball. And he says, giddy up. He's got the lasso going. Is that what that is?
I guess. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like he was roping something.
Yep, got a hold of the belt buckle and got the lasso out. So another turnover from Melba. And this gives the Huskies great field position at the 25-yard line of Melba. They could really make this difficult here for the Mustangs if they score again. Hill under center. Handoff up the middle to Packer. Packer gets a couple. The clock continues to roll here in the third quarter. Remember, you can make the memories last a lifetime by owning the digital game file of this game for just $9.95. Click the button in the top right to order. And North Fremont taking their time getting back to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Hill in trouble. Hit. And now he's going to be sacked. As he's driven back, we'll see where they give him. I think they're going to mark him down at about the 29-yard line. So a loss of 4, actually almost 5 on the play. As Melba's front line just blew up that play.
That's a really good job. I want to say that's the first time they have gotten to Hill in the backfield. So good job, and they really needed that right there.
Yeah, just a huge push from that defensive line that time. They blew North Fremont off the line into the backfield, and that just disrupted everything that Hill wanted to do with the football. So now it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 for the Huskies. Back to pass, Hill rolling, looking back. Caught and on the run. And he gets free somehow. Carson Bone, we'll see how far he got. Did he pick up the first down? Very close. And yes, he did. First down for the Huskies. So a great individual effort there from Bone. He got wrapped up probably 5 yards into that, able to break free, and with some blocking downfield, picks up the first down.
Yeah, good job right there, and way to show the balance. He was on a balance beam for a little bit, so good job from Bone.
Kind of tiptoeing down the sideline. So 1st and goal from the 14 for the Huskies now, or 1st down and 10, excuse me. Handoff up the middle to Romero. Romero backs his way into about a 4-yard gain down to the 10. Michelson with a tackle for the Mustangs. Our army of Idaho sports action photographers are covering all games all over the state. We've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the action photos link in the menu. Handoff right up the middle to Romero. Ball came free, and I believe Melba got the ball. They did. They fell on it. It popped out of Romero's hands, and the Mustangs keeping things interesting here with 1:18 left in the third.
I want to say that's the 6th turnover?
7th.
7th.
Well, now 8th, actually.
8th.
Because we had 3 in the first half. Then we had the 3 back-to-back-to-back. Then we had the kickoff fumble.
Yeah.
That's 7. That's 8.
Oh, boy.
That doesn't count the turnover on downs. We've had a couple of those. So.
And I was on a game last night where there was only 1 turnover. Skyline and Highland. at Ravston Stadium.
So a timeout taken because of an injured player. I believe that's Romero. Took a shot there at the end of the play. He's still down on the field. Now being helped up. And a right leg injury looks like. He is putting some weight on it, so that's a good sign for Romero and for the Huskies.
Yeah, that's now 2 people in their backfield they've lost in this game.
Yeah, Jacob Hill went down early in the first quarter on a reception play. But you're right, he's one of the running backs listed, and then Angel Romero, who's been a big part of the offense today, he'll be out at least for a series, I would assume.
Yeah, and I
defensively, he's been in on the plays as well.
Exactly. He lines up as a defensive end, outside linebacker for them, and so this is going to be a big test for Bone. He's going to get a bigger role in this offense.
So now the Mustangs backed up, but they got to stop. So now we'll see what Buse and company can do. Handoff. There's room to run on the outside, and there goes number 20 on the carry, Caden Daly. A lot of ground and a lot more breathing room now as he gets out to the 30-yard line. First and 10 for Melba now right at the 30. They line up quickly. Buse back to pass. Sidearm sling. Caught for about 7 yards. Bowman with the tackle. That receiver is Kalunga. Carlos Kalunga, the junior fullback, out of the backfield.
You don't see a fullback too often nowadays. I love it.
Yeah, you don't see him listed like that, but sure enough, he is on there as a fullback.
Fullback and linebacker.
Yep. And he just has that. I mean, you can't really list him as anything else. He just looks like a fullback. I mean, it's like, let's call it what it is. Buse, man wide open downfield, across the 40. That's Daly again to the 37.
Yeah, what a great job right there from Cash. Once again, he's setting his feet and getting time, and that little sidearm throw is finding his place. And now they're moving.
Handoff goes to Schaefer. Maybe a couple yards, it looks like, on the pickup. So Cherry with the tackle for the Huskies. He picks up actually about 3, so it's going to be 2nd and 7, just across the 35 to the 34. 25 seconds and counting. They might get another playoff. It looks like they will. Under 20 now as Buse is in the gun. Hands it off and wrapped up in the backfield for about a yard loss. So Schaefer with the carry, I believe.
I believe that's Packer once again taking him down in the backfield.
And that'll end the third quarter. But the North Fremont Huskies on top 18-6 here at Candler Field. We're going to step away. We'll take a break and come back for the fourth quarter. This is East Idaho Game Day on IdahoSports.com. Welcome back. It's the fourth quarter here at North Fremont High School. It's been a long, hot afternoon. But the North Fremont Huskies been able to put 3 touchdowns on the board. They're up 18-6. But Melba with the ball, threatening here to start the fourth quarter. Turnovers have plagued both teams. We counted them just actual turnovers that have all been fumbles. 8 turnovers. And then a couple of turnovers on downs. So it's been a good one defensively for the defensive stats. Back to pass is Buse in trouble. Steps up. Now he's on the run. Floats it and incomplete. Now it's 4th down and 9 upcoming for Melba, and they need this one.
Yeah, Buse is showing his athletic ability once again. You know, him jumping around that pocket. Only advice I'd give him is hold on to the ball. There's been 8 fumbles already. There could be a knife one right there. He was dancing around with the ball hanging up in the air like it was a piece of candy.
Abuse back in the gun. Good snap. Rush comes, but he lets it fly. A wobbler off the hands and incomplete. It was intended, I believe, for number 6, Noah West Barranco. Good defense, and he just couldn't haul it in.
I want to say he had it in his hands, but it just dropped.
Yeah, it hit him. He was going to the ground. There was good coverage, a tough ball to catch. And so a turnover on downs. It'll go back to North Fremont at their own 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Thanks for sticking with us here on East Idaho Game Day. A nice 2A matchup. Probably a preview of a couple of playoff teams in the 2A ranks. Hill takes it himself, popped in the backfield, and driven back. A nice job of that left side defensive line blowing that up and finishing off Hill for about a half-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and a long 10.
Yeah, defensive linemen, they're starting to show up in this second half. You know, they showed up in the 3rd quarter, and they're doing their job right now. So you just need to get something going offensively for Melba.
He just bumped over, strong right, and he's at a tight end.
They pitch to Romero, who's back in the game. Romero sheds a couple tacklers and picks up about 7. It's going to be 3rd and 3 upcoming for the Huskies, just shy of the 45-yard line. Now you see him moving number 61 around. That's Jacob Bellis on that offensive line. And tell you what, if he comes to your side of the line, you better expect the ball's coming that way.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Jacob Bellis, 6'2", 270.
Yeah, he's moving people around. That's been their most successful runs is on his side of the ball.
Let's see him. He's on the right side here as a tackle. They do go away from him that time, but driven back after about a 2-yard gain. So it's going to be 4th and 1. So good job defensively. 4th and a yard. Half a yard. 9:58 left here. The Huskies on their side of the field. You got to think they're going to go for it here. A lot of confidence, I got to say, in the running game for North Fremont.
Yeah, with 4th and 1, and the way that Packer's been running lately, why not give him to him?
So Hill under center. It is Packer behind him. They do go to Packer. Packer cuts upfield. He got the 1st down, just barely. I think his forward progress, no question he got it. Overall finished him off, but that's a 1st down. I have no question that's a 1st down.
Wow, by the nose of the ball is what they're going to give it to him.
So they're going to call time and ask. You know, it is close. It's a big part of the game. Head coach Juan Kalunga asking, hey, let's measure that one. I think that's a 1st down, no question, though. We'll see. They'll bring the chains across. Maybe not. I could be wrong.
Lauren, I think you're right, but let's figure it out. I'll try to zoom in here.
I like the officials bringing it over to measure. Big spot of the game.
The official is just right in our way in the camera view, huh?
Yeah, that's 1st down.
Yes, it is.
By a football and a half. 1st down for the Huskies. 9:26 left here in the ball game. And the drive stays alive for North Fremont. That's not a bad spot, though, to come out and measure. As a stop there from Melba would have been a huge advantage.
Yeah, and I'm expecting North Fremont just to run down this clock. Starting to get to that time.
Romero in motion. Man, there it looked like some early movement on that left side of the line. No flag, and stood up is the ball carrier. Packer picks up a yard and a half. Second and a long 8. A hot day here in eastern Idaho.
I know my wife keeps telling me she's ready for this, the spring.
Spring's a long time away.
Sorry, fall. Heat exhaustion for
yeah.
fall.
Fall's going to be short, I feel like, here in eastern Idaho this year. Hand off to Packer, breaks through, picks up about 3 or 4. It's going to be 3rd and 5, it looks like. Yeah, it has been unseasonably warm here in eastern Idaho. And now a timeout taken. Officials' time, I believe. Another water break for everybody. But, yeah, it's been a hot summer for really the whole state. And looks like mid next week might be the reprieve.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, and I think it's going to be another maybe a long winter. It hasn't been too bad of winters lately, too terribly. And hopefully this winter's not. Hopefully it skips again this year.
So the North Fremont Huskies, 8 minutes away from going 2-0 on the season. They've got a win over Bear Lake out of District 5. A win here would give them a win over a District 3 team. Meanwhile, Melba, if things hold here, will move to 1-1. Still a lot of time left in this ball game, but just saying if things do stay the way they are. Melba won last week against Elko, Nevada, with a score of 38-26. And then Orofino, the Maniacs, come down to visit Melba next Saturday, actually, at 2 o'clock. So 2 Saturday games in a row for Melba. After that, a couple stints with some Oregon teams against Nissa and Vail. And then on to conference play. Well, they'll face off first against Coal Valley, then Marsing, then New Plymouth, and then Nampa Christian. Handoff, no. Hill pulls it.
Ooh.
Nice little fake pitch, and there goes Hill. Hill is going to end up running out of bounds. He kind of got forced out of bounds.
I don't think he got forced. He chose to run out of bounds. If anything, if he wasn't going to score a touchdown, stay inbounds, let the clock run.
So a nice read from Hill as he pulled back the pitch. A big run from Hill, and now it's 1st and goal at about the 9-yard line. .7:42 left here in the 4th. North Fremont threatening again. Packer up the middle. Packer breaking a couple tackles, stood up, and inside the 5 down to the 4. So they had him stood up, really ripping at that football. Packer holds on to it, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. Schaefer in on the tackle. And clock continues to run. North Fremont not in any big hurry now with a 2-score lead, trying to tack onto it. A fumble on the other end at the end of the 3rd quarter stopped their scoring drive. Let's see what Melba can do here. They hand it to Packer. No, Hill keeps it, cuts back inside. Touchdown. Jed Hill takes it in for his 2nd score. He had a 70-yard touchdown run, and he runs that one in from 3 yards out. But he did himself a big favor with about a 40-yard run to get to that point. And with 6:52, North Fremont is up 24-6, just under 7 minutes. 2-point conversion. Packer with it. Packer spinning, trying to get into the end zone, and they finally do on the 2-point conversion.
It's the first successful one this afternoon.
26-6 now. The Huskies on top, in charge. 3 scores. And just under 7 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Thanks for joining us here at East Idaho Game Day. Presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and DL Evans Bank. Our major advertising partner is Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Also, a huge thanks to our power boosters for today's game. Evade Pest Management, Treasure Valley's best pest control services. And for the North Fremont Huskies, their power boosters, Grand Peaks Medical, proudly serving St. Anthony and Rexburg, Big Judd's Custom Burgers, Pocock Trucking, and Fall River Electric. Huge thanks to all the power boosters and our local advertisers for today's game. You've heard from them. Upper Valley Orthopedics, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, and Flying A Ranch in Ashton. Huge thanks to all of them and their support of the student athletes. And happy Labor Day weekend, everybody out there.
Yeah.
College football going. You've got Monday. Most people, not everybody, but most people don't have to work on Monday. So
That's the start of college football, start of the undefeated season for Clemson Tigers. And
that'll end quick. Return taken from the goal line and returned by Caden Daly out to the 20.
I think I may have jinxed myself. So
who do they play? Have they already played?
They played Monday night.
They do play Monday, okay.
Yep, Georgia Tech.
They should get the W there,
So,
in theory.
In theory, yeah. Let's stop talking about it though.
Yeah, Josh, a Clemson fan.
Yes, I am. Not a bandwagon. I'm from the state of South Carolina.
Yeah,
So.
Josh grew up there, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Back to pass is Buse, and very slightly behind, but probably a catchable ball for Caden Daly on the slant route, but it bounces off the chest and incomplete.
Yeah, Cash couldn't have put that in a better place. Had him right in the numbers.
Remember to follow Idaho Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Click the icons in the top left to follow us now. And that ball fumbled, but it looks like Kalunga, that's not Kalunga, number 11 on the carry. That's Overall. Able to jump onto that.
Yeah, Cash and Overall, they both fumbled it. It fumbled into Overall's hand, and Overall fumbled it on the ground and landed on top of it.
The old double fumble play. Cash rolling to his right. And now he's going to get stuck. Ran into a blocker and goes down for a big loss. Almost a 10-yard loss. That's going to be 4th and long, way long now. Romero in there on the sack. 4th and about 16. So a long, and on to do the punting is Melba. Low snap, but the punt gets away. Nice end over end punt. Nobody back there, so it's going to take a nice bounce for the Mustangs. And a friendly roll down to the 34-yard line. And the Huskies, with 5:15 left, in control here by 3 scores. They'll have another opportunity to add some more points to the board.
Yeah, been overall a good game. Not bad. You know, maybe if you're a Melba fan, not in the way that you wanted to, and then you got a long drive home, but North Fremont, this is very, very much the beginning of the season. I'm sure these two will be seeing each other once again in the playoffs, and
it's a long season. This game, although, you know, every game is important in a high school football season, as far as playoff implications, doesn't mean a whole lot. A little bit, I suppose, because of the Max Preps rankings scenario and things like that. But if Melba can get things taken care of in their district, they'll be in the playoffs. Handoff, and players get stood up. That is Packer. About a 3-yard gain. And 5 minutes left here in the ball game. About 3-yard gain. It'll be 4 yards maybe. 2nd and 6 upcoming. Handoff to Packer around the left side. He breaks free for a first down. Out to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Fremont. 4:30 and counting here in the ball game. Well, next week, North Fremont will take on Malad in Malad. And that's not Hill, that's Romero, picks up another 3 on the carry. So it'll be 2nd and 7. So the schedule upcoming for the Huskies, they take on Malad, and then they start into some of their conference games. Take on West Jefferson here on the 23rd. In between, they have a week off. And then Salmon on the 30th. Aberdeen, a non-conference matchup, on the 7th. Then Firth here on the 14th, or at Firth, and then North Fremont finishes up here with Ryrie on homecoming night and senior night. Hill takes it himself and picks up about 3-4 more. It'll be 3rd and a long 3 or 4 yards for the Huskies. On the other side of things, Melba, their schedule upcoming, we mentioned it a little earlier. They're going to face Orofino from up north. Is going to come down and play them next Saturday. Then Nissa, Oregon, Vale, Oregon. Handoff goes to Packer over the left side. Packer picks up a first down, or very near a first down. It looks like he's right at the sticks. They'll face then Coal Valley Christian, Marsing, New Plymouth, and then Nampa Christian. And, you know, if last year's any indication, Nampa Christian and Melba, the two teams in that conference, kind of vying for that district title to make the playoffs. Of course, anybody can be a threat over there. Marsing, New Plymouth, Coal Valley.
Yeah, Orofino was the best name in the whole state of Idaho.
Handoff up the middle. After the first down gain, they picks up about 3 more. It'll be 2nd and 7. And the Orofino, and Josh, you and I, we've spent a little time in Orofino.
Yep. Yeah, we did. Orofino, beautiful. Oh, my gosh, what a beautiful place that is.
Yeah, right along the river there with the mountains up alongside you. A beautiful place. Dworshak Dam, not far from, just outside of Orofino. I played in a 2A state baseball tournament in Orofino. Beautiful setting for a baseball field.
Maniacs.
Handoff goes to Romero. Romero fighting for another first down, and he's going to be right at the sticks. Angel Romero's had a big game. He got banged up a little bit in that third quarter, but he's come back out onto the field running strong. just shy of the first down.
Yep, and I think it's about maybe one more run will do it.
Yeah, you're right. With just 1:10 left here in the ball game, third and about a half yard. If they pick up the first down, it's all over. The widest play we've seen with two wide receivers, actual wide receivers lined up there. Hill still on the keeper, taking it, slowly moving forward, and they pick up the first down easily, 48 seconds, and that's going to be about it. They'll take a knee, and this one, maybe after two knees, will be over. First down for the Huskies. And there's the knee from Hill. Under 30, and the clock will count down, and that'll be it. The Huskies moved to 2-0 with a 26-6 win over the Melba Mustangs. Melba will head back to their side of the state, and they'll leave the weekend with a 1-1 record. We're going to step away. We'll come back with our IdahoSports.com player of the game. This is East Idaho Game Day here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
What is community? It's Friday Night Lights with laughter as post-game commentary. It's fun runs, fun rides. It's passing the boot for local heroes. And it's breaking ground for groundbreaking startups. This is what makes a community. And it's what makes a community bank. It's fertile financial resources turned back into local soil. Here's to people helping others thrive. This is community banking. D.L. Evans Bank, since 1904.
I'm Connor from Idaho Falls. In high school, I started having trouble with my muscles. Playing football, kids half my size were pushing me around. My mom and I spent months traveling the country looking for answers. We finally got one right here at IRMAC. I have a rare disease that causes my cells to lose energy. After 2 years of using a wheelchair, the therapists at IRMAC taught me how to walk again. Now I can do the things that I enjoy and live the life I want. That's why I say, take me to IRMAC.
At all our local Teton dealerships, we're committed to our no problem philosophy.
No problem means we'll find it, not we don't have it.
No problem means the same fair prices that we've always offered on our new vehicles.
Because when you shop with us, it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicles.
Some days. Well, welcome back as we've gone final here. And our IdahoSports.com player of the game, number 2, the quarterback, Jed Hill for the North Fremont Huskies. Hill, he had a 70-yard touchdown run to get this game started. And then he capped it off with another touchdown run to finish it. He bookends with the TDs. About a 3-yard touchdown run for Hill. So congratulations to him. Probably about 90 yards rushing for Hill.
Yep.
And 2 touchdowns behind that offensive line. So congratulations to Jed Hill, our Idaho Sports player of the game. Good football game between these two schools. Just too many turnovers, really, from both squads. But North Fremont able to capitalize on those turnovers, as we had eight turnovers, not counting the turnovers on downs between these two squads. And that's something, both coaches are going to say, look, we got to hold on to the football. They were all fumbles, and it turned into a 26-6 win for the North Fremont Huskies. Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com GameStream production of East Idaho Game Day, presented by Teton Auto Group, Ermac Pediatric Services, and DL Evans Bank. Brought to you by our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. It's also made possible by our power boosters, Evade Pest Management, Treasure Valley's best pest control solution. That's Melba's power booster. And then for the North Fremont Huskies, Grand Peaks Medical, proudly serving St. Anthony and Rexburg, Fall River Electric, Big Judd's Custom Burgers, and Pocock Trucking. Huge thanks to all those sponsors and our local sponsors. A huge thanks to them, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Carpet Direct and Flooring in Rexburg, and Flying A Ranch, located right here in Ashton. A special thanks to the athletic director here at North Fremont High School and everyone else here at Candle Field for their hospitality and help. Candler Field, excuse me. I was thinking Candlestick Park, Candle Field. Candler Field here in Ashton for helping us get this game broadcast to you. Especially thank you to the people down in front of us that were nice enough to lower their canopy for us so we could get a better shot of the field. And congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game. That is number 2, the quarterback, Jed Hill. 2 touchdowns, about 90 yards rushing for Hill on the day, and a good showing from the North Fremont Huskies. Thanks again for joining us as the North Fremont Huskies defeat the Melba Mustangs by a score of 26-6. For my broadcast partner, Josh McGauley, and everyone behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com, I'm Lauren Jensen saying so long till next time. Stick around with us till next week. Check back to the site for updated scores and schedules, and then join us for more Friday Night Football here on IdahoSports.com. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited. This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.